What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? It is your main man, Juggernaut of Multi-Platinum Production Team.
Arkatech Beatz.
Welcome to the music review live session, man. We're on tonight for a little while, just trying to check out some music. Basically, what we're doing is we're just looking for some new artists to, see how we can help get them a little bit better with their music. At the same time, trying to just see who's next out here, see who we could collab with, producer-wise and artist-wise. Just trying to see, who we can get up to the next levels and situations. If it's your first time here, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribing. We are producers for your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. Big Pun Nas, Prodigy of Mobb Deep, Raekwon the Chef, Jadakiss, The Game, Max B, French Montana, Killer Mike, Waka Flocka Flame, Shorty Low, and so many others. But if you're first time here, make sure you like, commenting, and subscribing. We've been on this thing now producing for quite some time. Coke Wave 3.5 out now. French Montana, Max B. And make sure you look out for the new Max B album coming out, $1 Million Baby 4, with production featuring us. We're still in the game, still doing what we're doing, really heavy. So hopefully you guys are checking those things out. Let's go. The queue is open. We're about to get started in just a few minutes. What up? Jumping into the live stream. We're about to get started. We're going to do a quick session tonight. Definitely it's a Monday night, trying to do some extra studio work. Got more projects on the way, trying to make these things happen. I got this first joint is the name of the record. The name of the record is called Tsunami by Skybo. He says I'm a rapper. Hold on, let me see when he submitted this. He might have submitted this yesterday. Said that it's a rapper with a metal mashup. All right, let's try it. Let's see how it sounds. Take a listen.
So I'ma put my money in my tune. It's my money, my rules. Ain't buying your same old. Use up excuses. You keep using E&D on me. You keep using it to win, lose, and I'm losing. I'm fixing the music like a blunt between two lips. Forget it like I never said it. Ain't really much left, right, I can tell you. Left, right, I just keep stepping. Financially sound, so it's forever for now. Wearing a blindfold with my eyes closed, wondering where the hell I gotta go. Right away without a title, I never wanna say where the time go. So
That's Tsunami by Skybo. He said it's basically a metal and a rap mashup. I can't really follow this if I'm just being totally honest and transparent. It's inaudible to me, right? So I can't decipher the lyrics. While the instrumentation sounds like it's pretty metal, everything in between, I can't. It's inaudible for me. I can't hear any lyrics. I don't hear anything. All I hear is really the shouting. So it doesn't put me in a position to really give you any quote unquote constructive feedback on here. Like, I don't think there's anything that I could really offer on where it is, because again, it's not really in my wheelhouse. One, is not in my wheelhouse, and then and two, it doesn't follow other musical genres, whether it be country, pop, R&B, rap. It doesn't seem to follow these kind of commercial viability markers, right? First, for people to be audible so that you can hear what they're saying. Two, for it to be melodic. Three, you're listening for lyricism, you're listening for lyrics, and all those type of things. I can't hear any of that. Right. So, Rob Mully, what up, man? I can't hear any of it. I can't do anything with that, to be quite honest with you. Thank you for submitting it. I do appreciate that. Thank you for submitting it and, pushing it through. Pause. But, yeah, this. And then when you switch it up to what might be rap, that's also inaudible. And it's not really rapping. It's really you just talking. And we can barely hear you on the track. We can barely hear what you're saying. It's not audible. You know what I mean? So in order for us to really have a critique here, like, we have to have something that's more, has a little bit more substance in it. So I would honestly say, hey, man, let's continue to work, continue to test kind of, I know you say it's experimental, again, the best way to experiment with this, honestly, is to, one, like you just did it right now, just kind of submit it to folks who can listen to it, but then also take snippets of it and submit it to, your following or on social media and see how they respond to it. Right? If they respond to it positively, then you continue doing what you're doing. If you don't get any response over time, then, you got to switch it up. And that's my advice to you. But, thank you for submitting it in. I appreciate you. This next joint is a Rack Baby type beat. Max Hennessy.
Max Hennessy, you bless this.
What's the engine? What were we using? Bandcamp? What were we using? Yeah, yesterday was Oscar night, man. So I had to throw the actor. I'm sorry. He's an actor now, but he remember he's still a recording artist, musician, producer, and songwriter at heart. We have to remember that. You know what I'm saying? Because he's heavily affiliated in my camp, and there's a few songs that he helped co-write and helped co-produce. So, I can't take that away from him. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to my boy, my bro. This rock baby type beat, it's okay. I feel like some of the sounds need to be mixed a little bit better, and I feel like it's not really following the sequence, and it's really just kind of feels like an arbitrary melody. And when you're doing records like this, you have to make sure that you're following some sort of like if it's going to be simplistic in this manner, we have to make sure that we're following a good sequence level, meaning like, intro, hook, verse, hook, verse, hook, you know what I mean? Make sure that we're following a repeatable sequence so that it starts to feel a little bit cohesive. But this to me is kind of on a simplistic side, which is basically, he says it's a Game Boy type beat. And I guess in that fashion, it makes sense. And remember what's happening too now. Like, granted, this stuff is basically on the metronome, or it's basically falling on the beat, but it doesn't necessarily make it that it's a beat, but it's not like it's a beat. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we can take a bunch of songs, we can take a bunch of sounds, and we can put it on the track, and we can say, hey, this is a beat because it's on the metronome and it kind of goes, but it's not. This is not one of those things that really have like a strong driving melody that will basically keep the interest of anybody. So I would tell you to really just work on that, man, and just try to work on really just getting this track to sound a little bit more cohesive. You know what I mean? And just kind of keep putting in a little bit of that work, trying to get this mix a little bit better. And like when he says it's like a Game Boy type beat, I can understand that. It's like kind of has that kind of feel to it, or more on a younger person's side, a much younger person's side. But thank you for submitting that, man. I appreciate you. What's this next one here? I'm in Space. Shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live, man. This is Area Red. I'm in Space. We're gonna take a listen to that real quick.
Like, I'm in space. Fuck it up. Pour it up. Run it up. Fuck it up. What you need?
Show me like it
Not
alive.
me. I'm in space. Fuck it up. Dirty up. Load the cup. Run it up. Fuck it up. Where I'm at. Up in space. You ain't never loved me long. I've been running money up. I'ma go and get it done. Tell me that you love me now. I've been in and out the whip. I gotta go speed it up. Tell me that I run it up. Astronaut. I'm in space. Fuck it up. Pour it up. Dirty up. Load the cup. I'm in space. Fuck it up. I don't never know where the hell we go. I'll be in my head. I'ma go and zoom. It ain't turning off anytime soon. I don't need you. You don't need me. I'm in space. Fuck it up. Pull it up. Light it up. Run it up. Dirty up. Load the cup. Purple wizard. I be cold. Ain't no blizzard. Running money. I just need it. Yo bitch freaky. Yo bitch fin. He gon' need me. I got money. No one lonely. Need nobody. I'm a gang. Who the hell? Thought they would. Run it up. Pull it up.
I don't think it's to sing to. I think it's to drift off into space. Remember, he says, I'm in space, man. That's the name of the record, man. So listen, a record like this now, man, he has the hooks and everything in the right place, right? His hook is in the right place. He got the hook sitting in there, and he got his verses where he got the verses. He got a good melodies on his verses, good cadence on his verses. There's just no lyrics that we can listen to. It's like it's inaudible. And now the younger folks would tell me, "Yo, Unc, that's just a vibe. It's not about the lyrics. It's the vibe." Bro, if it don't got lyrics, bro, it need lyrics. You know what I'm saying? Like, you already got the melody there. You know what I'm saying? So I would literally just take the same record and dump it into AI, and then see if we can formulate some lyrics, man, and then just put it in there. It's not gonna take a lot of lyrics because it's just da 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 ba 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 ba, 8 bananas and some grapes. Then we went down, then we got some drapes. I don't know, but just make it rhyme. You know what I'm saying? The melody's already there. Just make it rhyme. Like, for us to have all of that and just have no lyrics, it's just, you know what I'm saying? He got ad-libs and everything. He got music. He got musicality in the back. He got vocals in the back. It's like, make it rhyme, bro. Like, that's it, man. You're a rapper, man. This is your job. Let's make it rhyme. Get a rhyming dictionary. Make it rhyme. You know, make it do something for me, man. Come on. I appreciate it though. I'm gonna star it. I want to listen to something else. I think he got a decent voice. First paid skip for this afternoon, or for this evening. This is Rain, Pimpin'. It's just Rain. What we pimping? Rain, you in the building? Tell me you in the building, man. Let's go. Yeah.
Rain.
Red down so fucking bumpin', bro.
I'm holla, ay, baby. He got money, hey, baby. Always give me flowers in that cash, so I obey, baby. I'm having shit my way, my booty big, it got some weight. He wanna give me tips, but he not French bonjour, get out my face. My motion going crazy, inbox full of niggas daily. What you doing in her? I swiping up if you trickin', come my way. Dad am I your baby, Mariah Thug, this love she crazy. I'm soft, but I'm Miss Hard up on a nigga, come tough, you wanna date me. Ho, look, you better blazer. Matter of fact, ho, walk the blade. Bitch, this my cabaret. Ho, you my fucking maid. He's spicy, that's my old babe. He old, but that's okay. Young ho, I do not play. I'm clutching the gun, he busting the drape. I'm hollering, ay, baby. He got money, hey, baby. Always give me flowers in that cash, so I obey, baby. I'm having shit my way. My booty big, it got some weight. He wanna give me tips, but he not French bonjour, get out my face. You know what? Hell yeah. Club to club, bitch, fuck the bed. You know what? Hell yeah. Nigga trippin', I leave his ass. You know what? Hell yeah. Fucking money on his head. You know what? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, bitch, hell yeah. I'm talking about hell yeah. Shaking ass, I'm on my head. These bottles flowing, niggas watching like who the fuck she is. I'm talking about hell yeah. Shaking ass, I'm on my head. These bottles flowing, niggas watching like who the fuck she is. I'm hollering, ay, baby. He got money, hey, baby. Always give me flowers in that cash, so I obey, baby. I'm having shit my way. My booty big, it got some weight. He wanna give me tips, but he not French bonjour, get out my face. Yeah.
That's Rain Pimpin'.
Bumpin', bro.
I'm hollering, ay, baby. He got money, hey, baby. Always give me flowers in that cash, so I obey, baby. I'm having shit my way. My booty big, it got some weight. He wanna give me tips, but he not French bonjour, get out my face. My motion going crazy, inbox full of niggas daily. What you doing in her? I swiping up if you trickin', come my way. Dad am I your baby, Mariah Thug, this love she crazy. I'm soft, but I'm Miss Hard up on a nigga, come tough, you wanna date me. Ho, look, you better blazer. Matter of fact, ho, walk the blade. Bitch, this my cabaret. Ho, you my fucking maid. He's spicy, that's my old babe. He old, but that's okay. Young ho, I do not play. I'm clutching the gun, he busting the drape. I'm hollering, ay, baby. He got money, hey, baby. Always give me flowers in that cash, so I obey, baby. I'm having shit my way. My booty big, it got some weight. He wanna give me tips, but he not French bonjour, get out my face. You know what? Hell yeah. Club to club, bitch, fuck the bed.
Alright, so check this out, right? And one, I like this beat. I want to just give you kudos on that for picking this beat and making it and doing it. What you're doing with this beat. I like where your vocals are. I like the way your rap cadence is. I like that you're keeping your rap timing. These things are very, 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 very important when we're talking about rapping on stuff. You know what I'm saying? And when you're rapping on these when you're rapping on these type of tracks, just to make sure that you're staying in the pocket. Like this thing is like critical for folks who really want to ascend to different type of levels with it. You know what I mean? And my initial listen on it, and I like to go back to it sometimes. I like to listen to how the record starts, because remember what we're dealing with. We're dealing with the microwave society. So, we have to really pay very close attention to how your record starts, and your record has to really come off the ground very quickly. We have to really get to it. So I like that you went straight into really a very short intro, went into the hook. The issue that I'm having with your hook is that your hook is only 4 bars, right? It needs to go. It has that 4 bars, but it should repeat. It should be twice, right? So let's say, for example, just so that we can, for the sake of illustration, so you can hear what I'm saying.
Break it down so fucking bumpin', bro.
Yeah, I'm holla, ay, baby. He got money, hey, baby. Always give me flowers in that cash, so I obey, baby. I'm having shit my way, my booty big, it got some weight. He wanna give me tips, but he not French, bonjour, get out my face.
Repeat it. All right? Do it twice. Then go into the verse. Come back to the hook. Do it twice. Then go back into the hook. You know what I mean? Do the verse. Then you're out. And then you should be good. Right? It'll make the song maybe 15 seconds longer. Maybe 15 to 30 seconds longer. But what we're trying to do here with this record is we're trying to get the record to have the hook, to make the hook stand out. And then the other part of this hook that I have a little bit of an issue with, it needs to be doubled up.
Yeah, I'm holla, ay, baby. He got money, hey, baby.
Right? So let's say, for example, you've been doing something, hey, baby, we double. Baby, right? We have to make the hook stand out vocally from the rest of the record, right? Because right now, as you have it, it's basically just sounding like one long rap, right? So that's the whole point of it having to be the hook. The hook has to do 2 things. It has to stand out vocally, and it's supposed to stand out musically. If you're picking out your beats appropriately, right? Excuse me. If you're picking out your beats appropriately, you'll start to understand that certain beats will have more things going on in certain places. Those are typically designated for your hooks. So when you're rapping and you hear the beat making certain type of changes, or when you hear like the most instruments is in one place, that's typically where your hook should be. And then when the instruments are pulled out, this is where we're supposed to be really putting our raps at, right? Because this is where the space is at. The space is so that we can hear you, right, on your verses. And then the other parts of the instruments now are to support your vocals for your hook, to make sure that your hook is going to stand out. But we also have to make sure that we're putting a good vocal performance so that the hook can stand out on its own. So the way that we do that is by making sure that we have certain little bit of doubles here and there. Not the whole thing, but just to accentuate certain words, and then also to do a little bit of ad-libs on top of it, like you've already been doing, just to make that hook stand out. So that's my two cents, right? You have the hook going twice, right? You have 4 bars, repeat twice, because it's a 4-bar hook, repeat twice, make it 8. Make that happen in the front, middle, end. You're out. Verse, no longer than 12 bars, and you should be set to go on this one. Don't change.
Always give me flowers in that cash, so I obey, baby. Freaking come my way. That am I, your baby.
Whoever's mixing your vocals, if you got an engineer that's mixing that vocal, whoever's doing it, keep him. He got you sitting nice on the top, and the way that your voice is coming all the way, your voice is popping on it through this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hear your rap voice. Your rap, when I say your rap voice, meaning like, I always complain about people get on the track and they be lazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hear people be like lazy on the record, but I hear your cadence, I hear your energy, I hear your swag, I hear you kind of, the riz. I hear it, like it's the confidence is coming through on the record, right? So this makes me, when I hear that now, it makes me like, yo, who is this? this makes me want to go, okay, let me go see what they look like, right? Because now your music is there. Now, if the music matches the look and vice versa, then you might have a conversion. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, if when I say the music matches the look, meaning, like, because you're saying a couple of things here, right? So, if you're saying a couple of things and the music matches that, then you be like, all right, because you want your music to be the representation of you as the artist. So if they match, I think people don't really realize that they need to match, right? I can't talk about one thing and be another thing, right? I'm talking about this, but I'm really that. So then when we get to see, we hear your music, we like it, but then when we see you, we be like, wait a minute, it don't match what we thought you said you was, and that's what throw people off, But this is like kind of an unwritten rule that people don't really, don't want to pay attention to. But I would say that's really the feedback.
Right, you thug this love, she crazy. I'm soft, but I'm this hard up on a nigga. Come tough, you wanna date me? Yeah. Ho, look, you better blazer. Matter of fact, ho, walk the blade. Bitch, this my
I like your ad-libs on it too.
cabaret. Ho, you my fucking maid. He's spicy, that's my old babe. He old, but that's okay. Young ho, I do not play.
And then also, don't be afraid to double up certain words. I know you got the ad-libs going in the back, but you kind of your own hype person in the back. But don't be afraid to double up certain words just slightly, you know what I mean? Just to make certain words pop out, especially when you start talking that talk, you know what I mean? When you're talking your talk and you want people to hear that you got bars, we have to support the words that we want people to really hear to stand out, you know what I mean? So, other than that, good job. You know what I'm saying? I'm starring this here. I told folks that I'm connecting with a new platform that'll be helping with some music discovery. And at the same time, I would like to hear some more music. You know what I mean? So, where you from? Just so that I can be clear. That's Pimpin' by Rain, man. Make sure y'all go check out. Social is on the screen. Make sure y'all go check that out. Shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live.
I'm on my head. These bottles flowing, niggas watching like who the fuck she is. I'm hollering, hey, baby. He got money, hey, baby. Always give me flowers in that cash, so I obey, baby. I'm having shit my way. My booty big, it got some weight. He wanna give me tips, but he not French. Bonjour, get out my face.
And then not for nothing. Oh, you from Memphis? Okay, I got you. All right now. I was gonna say, I know you named the song Pimpin'. And I was looking for the word pimping, and I ain't hear it. I ain't like, where's the word pimping? Normally we like to hear the name of the song be encompassed in the lyrics or throughout the hook. If those things aren't prevalent, we might have to consider changing that so that the name in the record so that it sticks. You want the name of the record and the context of the record to stick. That's the whole point of this kind of forum, right? This forum is to basically get the producer in the room without being in the room, right? This is if more people understood that this is how you get the producer in the room without being in the room, right? Yo, Jug, let me listen to this. I had the pleasure of doing a record with Alley Boy, Waka Flocka Flame, and Princess from Crime Mob. It was a record. It's a record that's called Rapping and Robbing, and she gets on that track, and she this is Princess Crime Mob, man. Knock if you buck, so y'all already know what it is. So she gets on the joint. And she just starts to spit her joint, man, and she is like totally on cadence, man. Like these things are so important, man. You know what I'm saying? And coming from where we come from in New York, and then I'm coming down south, and then I'm listening to these things, and I'm like, you just have a new form of appreciation for wherever folks is at, man. So shout out to her. I know I see Scrappy out here doing this thing. Shout out to him, Shout out to him as well. I got a joint. He said he got a record called Air Force Ones. Who is this? Air Force Ones. MG Sleepy. We're gonna take a listen to it real quick. See what it do.
Energy man, why you do that, man?
Brand new Air Force, huh? Air Force One, huh? Man, beautiful, dog.
I just woke up. Alright, bitch, I got a hustle hand, really my mama's son. Plug told me we finna get rich off of Obama run. Summertime, I put the Glock down and pick the chopper up. Bitch see me drip the Senate sword, now she tryna fuck. Young turn nigga swinging the scat to fuck the tires up. She told me she want a Gucci bag, I'm finna borrow one. I'll leave my pockets in this bitch cause I be high as fuck. Just made a dub and Nike Air Force Ones, I had to tie him up. Rolled a dead up and got the tweaking, tryna buy the skunk. Fuck dude, he turning in his grade, they shouldn't hyped him up. Two-stepping in my little shoes, niggas will die for nothing. Yesterday was tripping off the shoe and tried to, alright. Yesterday was tripping off the shoe and tried to fight my cousin. I fuck a bitch and drop her off, but I'm not gonna love her. I've been beating Doonies for a week, ain't even watched my cover. I don't give a fuck, you spill his pint, now I pop my brother. Bitch, I got a hustle hand, really my mama's son. Plug told me we finna get rich off of Obama run. Summertime, I put the Glock down and pick the chopper up. Bitch see me drip the Senate sword, now she tryna fuck. Young turn nigga swinging the scat to fuck the tires up. She told me she want a Gucci bag, I'm finna borrow one. I'll leave my pockets in this bitch cause I be high as fuck. Just made a dub and Nike Air Force Ones, I had to tie him up.
So that's Air Force One by
Two stepping in my little shoes, niggas will die for nothing.
it doesn't seem like he has it doesn't seem like the structure is there. It seems like he's fighting a little bit with the beat. The beat is doing something that the beat has a particular feel to it that I don't know if he's really paying attention to it, because it's going dun 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 dun, and when it's doing that, like, that's probably where he needs to do his hook. But he might not have caught that.
Brand new Air Force, huh?
See when it does that boom 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 regular, that's probably where you should be rapping. And look, man, tell y'all the engineer to chop the joint up, man.
Air Force One, huh? Man, beautiful, dog.
I just woke up. Alright, bitch, I got a hustle hand, really my mama's son. Plug told me we finna get rich off of Obama run. Summer.
See, like when it's going dun 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 dun. Like, you supposed to, man. Like, think about how that joint is going right now. If it had gotten to the hands of a Busta Rhymes, what do you think you would hear on it? Tell me how you think he'd have rapped on that. You know what I'm saying? Like this is like, these are like the masters of flows on beats, man. Like, you know what I mean? So when you're picking these beats, man, make sure you're picking beats that you're not fighting with, bro.
Time I put the Glock down and pick the chopper up. Bitch see me drip the Senate sword, now she tryna fuck. Young turn nigga swinging the scat to fuck.
And I don't think it would have been half bad if he'd have just got the engineer to chop the beat up.
Tires up. She told me she want a Gucci bag, I'm finna borrow one. I'll leave my pockets in this bitch cause I be high as fuck. Just made a dub and Nike Air Force Ones, I had to tie him up. Bro.
And he's all, you know, so he's off the beat. You know what I mean?
Dead up and got the tweaking, tryna buy the skunk. Fuck dude, he turning in his grade, they shouldn't hyped him up. Two stepping in my little shoes, niggas will die for nothing. Yesterday was tripping off the shoe and tried to, alright. Yesterday was tripping off the shoe and
Is that like something that he kind of messed up and decided to do it over versus punch it in?
tried to fight my cousin. I fuck a bitch in grade, they shouldn't hyped him up. Two stepping in my little shoes, niggas will die for nothing. Yesterday was tripping off the shoe and tried to, alright. Yesterday was tripping off the shoe and tried to fight my cousin. I fuck a bitch in.
Man, that's crazy, dog. That's crazy, dog. That's crazy, man. Shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live. You know, I need to find some more sound effects, because, you know, I have some things that I want to say, but I just can't seem to say them. But I'm gonna let it ride today. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention. Have you guys been paying attention to this Boom Man Ray Daniels thing going on? I got nobody in this live. That's weird. Interesting. Cut that off. Did I put it on practice? Maybe. Who knows? I can't remember. Anyway. And there's this debate that's going on. Yeah, there's like this debate going on online where people are upset with they're upset with Boom Man because they say that his business model was basically taking advantage of artists. And you know, I'm not really here to defend the man business, but I can just give you my experience and my 2 cents. You know what I mean? And my experience and my 2 cents is I've been able to witness things on different levels. So like let me just kind of give guys a little bit of insight on what I'm saying, because you got the traditional music business. Your music business where you got the major labels, you got your record deals, you got your production deals, you got all that type of stuff. Remember now, my first production deal, my first music production deal, staff producer deal, is with the infamous Loud Records. Loud Records is responsible for Wu-Tang, responsible for Big Pun, responsible for Dead Prez, Raekwon, that right? Inspector Deck was signed there. Pete Rock was signed there. Twister was signed there. He was the first artist signed there. Mobb Deep, right? Just to put it in perspective, right? Now, Loud Records did the ultimate group deal in Wu-Tang Clan, right? That's like the biggest kind of rap group record deal that you could ever have. And within that faction of Wu-Tang, you know, they had their, you know, they had their ups and their downs. Then you got Fat Joe that brings in Big Pun. Big Pun is Terror Squad, right? Joe gets his Terror Squad deal with Atlantic, right? His Terror Squad deal, it has basically Prospect, who's on Capital Punishment with Pun. We have Triple Sace, we have Armageddon, we got Cuban Link, and we got Remy Ma, right? This is all the people on the first Terror Squad situation. Remember, I produced on the first Terror Squad album. Then on the Wu-Tang side, you got Red and Power, who set off to do the American Cream Team thing, right? Okay. Now I just gave you guys the major hitters. Excuse me. I gave you guys the major hitters, and these guys all had subsidiaries and artists that they tried to culture. Out of all of those things that I named, how many artists went on to be successful out of all of those factions? Remember now, Pete Rock had artists, Mobb Deep had artists, right? Bars and Hooks and this, you know. Ray had the Cream Team, right? Joe had Terror Squad, right? Every rapper had a group, and somebody, DTP had this one had that, this one had this one had that. Out of all of these groups, right? Who can you say honestly, you know, who can say the rapper who had a faction of rappers that did the best? Probably out of everybody might be 50 Cent and G Unit. 50 Cent might be the only guy who might have been able to create a group of guys who were all able to have solo careers that were successful, that sold, you know, over 1 million copies, right? Like, now let's just put that into perspective. Now look how difficult that was. 50 would have had to be on each one of their albums. 50 had to write those hooks. 50 had to be in those videos in order to make sure that those artists got over the hump, right? And the only way 50 is a diamond artist. Let's put it in perspective, right? So now you got a guy like Boom Man who says, hey, we all independent. I'm looking for the best talent. We're going to see, you know, if you got talent, submit your music here. We're going to listen to it. If it's good, we're going to try to invest in it. We're going to try to get you videos. We're going to try to get you in front of a larger audience. We're going to try to see if we can get people to really hear what you got going on. And I'm going to show you how to get to the bag without borrowing money from the label. I'm going to show y'all how to do y'all loan. You know, if you want to use your credit to go get loans to fund your music career, so forth and so on. Now, I can show you how to do that, but it's a cost to me to show you how to do it. All right. That's his business model. His business model is, I got the information. I'm selling the information to a degree, right? It's no different than if you went to go take you join Weight Watchers or something. It's like you join a system. You pay to learn a system. The results may vary, right? There's no product, no service, no education. There is nothing that is guaranteed for you to succeed in any business or any service model like that. There's just no way to do that. There's just no way to guarantee a success for every single person that comes in and decides to do something. There's just no way. This is the music business, right? I just gave you all of these guys who were a part of different factions who had successful leaders, but couldn't really make successful underlings, right? Because there's a lot of factors. People have to like you. It has to be the right timing. It has to be the right, market for that. You have to have the right songs. You have to have the right collaborations. You got to have the right budgets. So when I see all of these things happening, and I see folks saying, "Oh, this guy scammed us, this guy this guy that," it's like, how can he be solely responsible for your success in a business that's a moving target when it comes to success? It's a moving target. You know how many records that I can say that I produced that I would say, damn, this record should have went this, or this record should have went that, or that record should have did this, and those records didn't get a chance to do that because something happened, or because it was the right timing, or because it was a shitty marketing person, or this person didn't have a budget, or this or that. There's nothing that you can do about that if you don't have the right timing, if it's not the right timing, if it's not the right person. You know what I'm saying? It's like people trying to make excuses for what happens when they're in control of their careers ultimately. So, when I came to Atlanta in 2007. Atlanta had what we would call, Atlanta was built on what I call an ecosystem outside of the music business. And you say, well, what does that mean, Jug? Right? Because remember, I had a production deal. Remember, I was an A&R consultant, thanks to Power, right? I was able to come into this situation. I was able to get those checks that had Loud, Sony, BMG, Warner, Universal, right? So we got those checks. So we're part of the music industry. I come to Atlanta. That's not what I see. I see this guy. He's a DJ. He gonna make you pay for host your he gonna make you pay him to host his tape because he's hot DJ right now. This guy, he got a DJ coalition or a DJ pool. You want your record to jump off in the city, you got to pay him to be part of that pool. This guy got a bunch of showcases. Remember, they used to have these showcases at Apache and all these places, and they used to have musical showcases, and people had to sell tickets to perform. But this has been happening since Sean was recording as a recording artist. We was doing this in the 90s, doing showcases and stuff like that. And this has always been prevalent throughout the music business, no matter where you at. There's always going to be people who loosely are involved in the business that may be able to get you to network until you get to actually the right people. This is just the system in which we did things in. So I see guys trying to call it out, trying to say, oh, this is a system that preys on this, and this has always been the system. This has been the system of gatekeepers, the system of tastemakers. This has been the system. But now what guys are talking about, guys are saying, hey, it's selling dreams. It's no different than Wilson selling basketballs. You know what I'm saying? Just because I saw you a basketball, does that mean you're gonna be Michael Jordan? Just because you know what I'm saying? Like that's basically what these guys are saying. It's like, if I'm able to get you a music video, if I'm able to get you to set up your situation, if we're able to do this and we're able to get you a recording, get your song out there, get you in front of this many people audience, like, how much more are they supposed to do to see if you succeed. That's not on them at this point. We gave you the tools. You got to take the tools. You got to go make the product. You know, so I see these guys, you know, going back and forth, and you know, one guy now makes his money now. He's no one guy, well, really both guys are out of the music business per se, because they're not really getting any more checks like that. But one guy now makes his money now, you know, being a talking head, right? So he's a talking head, and I understand that you have to be a talking head to make your money, because now we're in the podcast game. So the podcast game, we got to create the controversy. We have to create the animus in order for it to really move. You know what I'm saying? Like, the algorithm loves negativity. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you guys want a quick hack, just go negative on your socials, and it'll go so much faster than trying to be a positive person. If I got on here every night, and I tore people down on their music, if I tore people down, it would go viral. It would probably be the biggest thing on the internet, because you tear people down and people want to tune into that. You know what I'm saying? So so there's a thing around negativity. So I understand that a lot of it is probably WWE. But what I don't want guys to run around talking about, making it seem as if, you know, because I watched this dude give away a lot of money to a lot of different guys. I watched him give away money. When those budgets start shrinking, when those folks stopped signing guys, and people didn't have no outlets, people wasn't really, you know, people say he only did Roscoe Dash and did Fujiano. That's all he need. If he got two successes out of 1,000, if he got one guy to go diamond, right? Because that all the way turned up record, I think, went diamond. If he gets one person to go diamond, that's the lottery, bro. How many people win the lottery? That's a lottery ticket. If you got a record that goes number one in this business, or if you got a record that goes diamond, bro, you just hit the lottery, bro. You just had all of the perfect storm. Perfect song, perfect timing, perfect budget, perfect atmosphere for your record to go. It's a needle in the haystack. It's a needle in the haystack. You know what I'm saying? It is not easy to go out here and sell millions and millions and millions of records. I've been a part of too many projects. I've seen too many artists come and too many artists go. It is not easy. So for people to make it seem like a guy who is basically independent, to make an independent artist do those type of numbers. Independent, meaning you have no affiliation with no label. You have to create your own motion. You have to do it from the ground up. Man, that's damn near impossible, man. So kudos to him for doing what he was doing. You know, other guys will say they did it the other way. It is what it is. You know, all I know is that when I do what I'm doing, I understand to make sure that you are creating the right expectations. That's probably the most important thing. And even when you create the right expectations, people still gonna want to expect more. You know what I'm saying? But I always will tell folks, results will vary. I could put a treadmill in your house. I put a treadmill in your house. How much weight you decide to lose depends on who's dedicated to diet and exercise. It don't mean that everybody gonna lose the same weight at the same time. It don't mean they're gonna look the same at it. It don't mean you gonna have a six pack and you gonna look like Arnold Schwarzenegger at the end of the day. You just don't know. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's all an individual thing. How bad people want it. What are people willing to do? What kind of work you're trying to put in? How fast do you learn? How fast do you learn? You know what I'm saying? Are you even good at this? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you even good at it? Like, that's the thing too. It's like, you know, we have a lot of people who are artists who probably shouldn't be that, right? And, you know, at the end of the day, the internet makes it so that everybody can be that to a degree, right? Because you got some people that blow up that didn't have any talent at all. So that kind of gives people the delusion, like, hey, I can do it too, because this other guy did it because he blew up. You know, but these things are anomalies, and we have to be able to accept when things are anomalies as well. And not everything just blows up because it should have blown up. It's like some things are just lottery tickets. Some things are just God's blessings. You know, and some people got it and some people don't, and we got to be okay with that. We got to be okay. Like I got to be okay that, a record like Why You Do That didn't pop off in 2008, but it can pop off in 2026. I got to be okay with that. I got to be okay with it. I got to literally wait 20 years in order for it for it to be the right timing. It wasn't the right timing. It just wasn't. You know what I'm saying? That's outside of me. You know what I'm saying? That's divine intervention, right? Divine timing. Ain't nothing I could do about that. I did the work, right? I already did the work. So wherever it lands is where it lands. So I don't want people to get discouraged and, thinking that, this is that and this is that. Remember, everything has a window. What's up, Smoke? Everything has a silver lining. We can always turn lemon into lemonade. The key here is to really educate ourselves and to make sure that we're moving appropriately. And I watched another cat too. Shout out to Bangladesh, because he's having some issues, and he was talking about just being blackballed, and people wanted to take your publishing, and this, that, and the third. And let me tell y'all something. And I hear him talking about it. I hear him complaining about a lot of these things, and everybody knows that I'm an advocate for producers, copyright. I'm an advocate for royalties, fair payment. I'm an advocate for it. But let me tell y'all something. The industry, the music business system has already been kind of created on what I would call it's created on what I would call a very, very, very weak foundation. It's not created on a foundation of fair business practice. You know what I'm saying? And if you guys ready to clip it up or share it, it's whatever you want to do. This business is not based on that. This business is a predatory, exploitative business, right? It's an exploitative business, because you have to really think about it. I create my master, right? You buy my master. You pay one price for it. You basically call me an employee, right? You usurp the copyright. Then you exploit the copyright. And then you pay me back a percentage, which is pretty minuscule in comparison to what you might be making on the record. It's already based off of an exploitative, exchange, right? That's the first problem. The second problem with it is, let's say I borrow money from you to create more copyrights, right? It's only payable at the rate of percentage that you pay me back, right? So if I'm getting 4% on $1 and I borrowed $1,000, it only pays you back at the 4% on $1 to get to that $1,000. You know what I'm saying? It's a ridiculous predatory process and system, right? And you have to think about this. This is going on through the 50s. This is going on through the 60s. This is going on through the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2020s, 2010s. We still here. And it's still using the same contracts. We're still using the same language. We're still using the same shit. So I don't want people to sit up here and say, this guy's a scammer, this guy's a scammer, that guy. This shit is built that way. This is how the shit is built. And you don't necessarily have the leverage to change the system. And so, well, what do you mean when you say that, Jug? Meaning, if you're a producer, if you're a songwriter, and you get with your favorite artist or favorite, what you call it, and you do a song with them, they have the leverage of publishing. So what does that mean? Meaning, if they don't put your record out, your record can't generate any income. So you don't have any really you don't really have any leverage. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you don't have leverage, right? Because you think you have leverage because they like your song. But what you start to realize is that folks would rather make sure that you don't eat. They would rather not release your song and make sure that you don't eat than to make sure that you can eat. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the business that we're in. We're in the business where guys will be like, you know what? You acted so crazy right now. I know this is a hit record, but I'll forego that hit record so that you don't eat. Take that as you might want to take that. So this is a game now that you have to really understand, and you have to make sure that you are, playing to people's egos. You gotta in Robert Greene's book, you gotta play a sucker to catch a sucker. You can't rattle the cage, right? Because remember, if it doesn't get published, you don't earn any income, right? So you're really at the mercy of these negotiations, right? Guys say, hey, how come you don't pay me what I'm worth? Why don't you pay me this? Why don't you do that? Yo, listen, man. When it gets to be like that, this is when you have to become your own artist and put out your own music. Like, that's the only way you circumvent it. You got to become the artist. You got to put your own music out. But besides that, you're at the mercy of this. So I don't want guys to be on the internet talking about this, talking about that, talking about what we're supposed to be telling guys is this. We're supposed to be teaching people how to navigate this shit. It's not changing. It's not changing. It's not. You know what I'm saying? It's not. It's not changing. It's you know what I'm saying? Just looking at some of these deals still, they're not changing. You know what I mean? You can ask for it, don't mean you're going to get it. Like, you can ask for it, but doesn't mean you're going to get it. And if you don't get it, then what do you do? Do you blow up the deal? Do you walk away from it? Do you keep your integrity in prac and then your pocket is broke? You gotta figure it out. You gotta figure out how to navigate it. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are the things that I want people to pay attention to. And really, when we're back in the future producer society and we're behind the paywall, and I'm trying to tell folks, what it is. This is really what it is. This is the real music industry. I was a judge for Coast to Coast. I don't know if you guys remember those guys, Coast to Coast mixtapes, right? They used to have basically showcases every week, man. All over every major city. Showcases every week. 20 to 50 artists each showcase, and they were paying. You heard? They were paying. People were paying. I think it was maybe $100, $200, whatever it might have been to submit. And sometimes, what they would do is they would reach out to people like me. One time I was judging what, different guys from different labels. Another producer, shout out to my guy, Rob. He produced for Chrisette Michelle and Snoop Dogg. And then there was some other guys. I actually judged one time with Jazzo. You know what I'm saying? Like, we were in these buildings and we were listening, trying to curate music. And I was listening and I was networking with artists, new artists, trying to see which new artists, was lit. You know what I mean? And for the most part, folks wasn't ready. You know what I'm saying? Not ready to the level that, you can get them signed. You know what I'm saying? And getting people signed in 2010, 2015 was damn near impossible. Get you signed, you would have to sell your own music. You would have had to have you'd had to have sell your own music. You would have to take that money back. You would have to have put in endless ads. You would have had to make sure that you took your extra money again. People was hustling in the street. They would have to pay a radio person so that you can get your radio spins. Like, only when you started to get to that level where you was getting radio spins and you was getting added in certain markets would you even be able to get the meeting. You understand? And then we had some artists that we were able to get a meeting with. And the reason why we were able to even get the meeting, and I'll keep it 100 with you, is because we had a relationship with the president of Def Jam. It was Rich Isaacson. Rich Isaacson was the guy who gave us our first production deal at Loud, and he had worked with Mike for years, so he was willing to see what we had going on and, give us some insight and tell us what was going on and even give us the opportunity to even work with some of the artists that was on the label. But that was a relationship that was fostered and built over years. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't because, we were bringing him this music that was, we brought him music that was good, but it was affiliated with certain pockets in Atlanta that could have gave it the chance to really grow if given the right dollars and cents. But when we were taking those meetings, we started to learn that everything was being botted, and they were signing artists based on botting. and they had no way to promote these artists, and they had no budget for these artists. That's the thing that we started to realize. And this is around right before COVID, like 2020. It's like there was no budget for these artists, you know? So, you know, I say that to say this is the music business, folks. The music business is different. It's evolving. We got AI. We have to roll with these punches. We have to see what's going on. We have to survey the landscape, and then we have to make a decision as to how we're going to jump in this thing and how we're going to attack this thing. Results will vary. You know, only the most persistent people win. People see me on the live stream with my man last night, my man on Lincoln Lawyer. Yo, that's 25 years in the making, man. You got the balls for that? Look at my camera. You got the balls for that? You see guys now doing their thing, but you don't realize the price they had to pay for that. There's a price for this. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to make people understand that there's a price for it. It's not cheap. You're gonna have some collateral damage. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have many mental health talks. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna have a lot of those times where you're gonna want to give up, and you're gonna be like, man, well, what is this? What are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? But then if you give up, then you don't get here. You don't get here, man. You don't get here. You don't get here. You don't get to experience it if you give up. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you know, results will vary. People have to understand what success looks like for them individually. I can't compare my success to any other producer. I can't do it. I can't compare myself to any other producer. We can only do what we do as Arkatech Beatz. We can't do what everybody else do. You know what I'm saying? If you do that, you're gonna steal the joy out of it. So you have to determine what success is for you. You have to determine what you would like to see for your success and your goals. You set those goals, you go for those goals. And you just do tunnel vision on that. You don't worry about what nobody else got going on. You got to worry about you. And I think I got to get off my soapbox because, you know, we were doing music reviews, but we ain't doing music reviews right now. Shout out to everybody that jumped into the live, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to jump out of here. There's a lot of work to be done, man. It's a lot of work. And I'm grateful for the opportunity. Like, honestly, I'm grateful for the opportunity to even still be here. I watch so many guys come and go, man. I watch a lot of guys pass away, man. You know, rest in peace, Power. You know, we trying to do this. We trying to rebuild. Shout out to my man DJ Trife. He produced with a lot of the records with me and Raekwon. Like, he was one of the other producers that worked with us in Power when we were doing the American Cream Team. And I wonder if we can reach back out to Shaheem, because I know Shaheem was part of the original Cream Team, but he never got a chance to record with us. You know, he had his own personal issues at the time. But that might be something interesting to look at. But, you know, shout out to B Twizzy and shout out to Rhyme Wrecker. You know, those are the really surviving members of Cream Team and Raekwon. Everybody else has passed away, right? You got Polite passed away, Lord Superb passed away, Chip Bank passed away, Power passed away, Mel Carter passed away, Double Chief. Like, if you go back and you watch that black and white movie from 1999 with Robert Downey Jr., and you see everybody that's in that crew, everybody in the last part of that rapping scene, in the last part of that movie, only 2 of these guys are still alive. You know what I'm saying? So these things are very, very, very it's, you know, you start to realize your mortality, man. So you have to go after what you want right now. If you want it, you got to go for it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't promised, you know what I mean? So I leave that to say, I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. I do appreciate you, as always. You know what I'm saying? Y'all make sure y'all holler at me. I'm out of here. Peace, peace.